New tonight, music filled the streets of Superior today as nearly 20 musicians played at locations across the city, all in celebration of a global music event. Have some lovely classical tunes there, as well as rock, folk, and country tunes could be heard throughout Superior today as crowds gather to support the local music scene. Mike Wolf, or Mississippi Mike, was one of the 18 musicians playing in today's event, saying the music community in Superior is unlike any other.
Play music live pretty much every day of the week, and there's the folks in this community come out and support every day.
Make Music Superior started around 4 years ago, bringing in musicians of all genres to play outdoors for free. But the town is one of an estimated 2,000 cities that partake in the Global Make Music Day event each year on June 21st, and was brought to Superior thanks to a local music nonprofit, Siggy's Musical Garden.
The whole organization is built on getting neighbors to meet neighbors and bringing music to people that can't normally get out to see music.
And it's safe to say Superior residents were excited to listen to some local tunes in the sunshine, bringing out chairs, blankets, and loved ones to enjoy the day. Superior was one of 20 cities in Wisconsin hosting the Make Music Day. Ashland also brought in local artists to the city's downtown area to celebrate.